In a world that never stops moving, where ambitions pull us forward and regrets drag us back, the search for balance has become a quiet longing in many hearts. The mind, restless and uncertain, can feel like a pendulum, swinging endlessly between the past and the future, rarely allowing us to rest in the stillness of the present. Yet there are those who have learned the art of stilling this pendulum, of finding peace amidst the constant swings of thought. Their wisdom reminds us that true strength lies not in silencing the mind, but in understanding it. This is the story of Master Kian, a gentle sage who revealed to a weary traveler the secret of returning home to the present moment. Once, in a mountain village wrapped in mist, there stood a quiet monastery overlooking a valley of pines. The bells of the temple rang softly with the wind, carrying a sense of calm far and wide. Within its wooden halls lived Master Kian, known for his deep insight and his heart that radiated kindness. One afternoon, a traveler named Rio arrived. His face was marked with exhaustion, his eyes heavy with sleepless nights. He bowed before the sage and said, "Master, my mind never rests. It drags me into mistakes of the past and fears of the future. I cannot sleep, I cannot focus, and I cannot find peace. Please teach me how to be free." Master Kian looked at him with compassion and said, "Come, walk with me." They walked into the courtyard where an old clock hung upon the monastery wall. Its pendulum swung back and forth with steady rhythm. "Do you see this pendulum?" the sage asked. "It never stops moving. Left, right, left, right. Such is the mind. It swings between yesterday and tomorrow, between regret and worry. Rarely does it rest in the center, the present moment." Rio frowned. "But Master, how do I make it stop? My mind is louder than this pendulum." Master Kian smiled gently. "The goal is not to force the pendulum to stop. It is to notice it, and to return gently to the center each time you are pulled away. This is the art of awareness." Master Kian then lit a candle and placed it between them. The flame flickered but stood upright, undisturbed by the still air. "Look at this flame," he said. "Your breath is like this candle, steady, glowing, alive. When the mind swings wildly, return to your breath. Just as this flame guides us in the darkness, your breath will guide you back to yourself." He demonstrated slow, mindful breathing. Rio followed, inhaling deeply, exhaling fully. With each breath, the noise inside his head softened, just as shadows soften when a flame grows brighter. They then walked into the monastery's garden, where flowers bloomed beside untamed weeds. Master Kian picked up a fallen leaf and said, "Your thoughts are like this garden. Some are beautiful flowers of joy, some are thorny weeds of fear. If you try to pluck every weed, you will exhaust yourself. Instead, be the gardener who observes, waters what is good, and simply lets the rest wither away on their own." Rio looked at the mix of blossoms and weeds. For the first time, he realized that peace was not about removing every unwanted thought, but about choosing where to place his attention. Master Kian led him to a lake at the edge of the monastery. Its surface reflected the moonlight, calm and clear. He dropped a small pebble into the water, creating ripples. When the lake is disturbed, its reflection becomes unclear. The mind is the same. When stirred by anger, fear, or doubt, it cannot see truth. But when calm, it reflects life as it is. To master your mind is to return the lake to stillness. Rio knelt by the water, watching the ripples fade. In that moment, he felt the first taste of silence within. Days turned into weeks. Rio stayed in the monastery, practicing the lessons daily, breathing with the candle, observing his thoughts like a garden, and watching the pendulum of his mind swing without judgment. At first, the restlessness returned often. He grew frustrated, wondering if he was failing. But Master Kian reminded him, "Even the strongest storms pass. Each time you return to your breath, even for a moment, you win a great victory." Slowly, Rio's nights grew quieter. His days felt lighter. He began to notice small joys he had long ignored: the sound of rain on the roof, the warmth of tea in his hands, the laughter of children playing in the valley. The pendulum of his mind still swung, but now he knew how to return to the center. One morning, as dawn painted the mountains in gold, Rio prepared to leave. With gratitude shining in his eyes, he bowed deeply before Master Kian. Master, I came here restless and broken. Now, though my thoughts still come and go, I am no longer their prisoner. I have found a quiet strength I never knew before. Master Kian placed his hand on Rio's shoulder and said, Remember, the journey of the mind is never finished. Thoughts will always rise, just as the pendulum will always swing. Your task is not to stop them, but to return again and again to the still flame within. With tears of gratitude, Rio left the monastery. The path before him was long, but his steps were steady, his heart lighter than ever. The story of Master Kian and Rio teaches us this. Peace of mind is not found by silencing thoughts, but by learning to live with them wisely. Like the pendulum, the mind will swing. Like the garden, it will hold both flowers and weeds. Like the lake, it will ripple. But with breath as our anchor, we can return to stillness again and again. True mastery of the mind is not in control, but in awareness, patience, and compassion. For when we rest in the present, we discover the unshakable peace that has always been within us, waiting like a steady flame in the darkness.
Mindful Tales YouTube.